5 seconds to go. Start. On Tuesday, they were heroes, but down the decades in India and in most other mineral rich parts of the world, they were held up as examples of what goes wrong when economic desperation forces people to seek livelihoods, risking their lives. Silkyara's 41 trapped workers were finally rescued by rat hole miners. Some rat hole miners interviewed by the media before they went in to complete the rescue effort were confident and downplayed fears of claustrophobia or the risk they themselves were undertaking to work through crevices in the debris. As amazed as the country is at the skill and bravery of the six rat hole miners, we must not glamorize the practice itself. Rat hole mining is banned by Environment Watchdog NGT for good reasons. Rat hole mining involves a small group of people digging a hole either vertically or at an incline to reach a mineral deposit. This unsafe form of mining used to be common in areas rich in resources but where communities are impoverished. The mining mafia typically employs rat hole miners. Meghalaya is often in the news for rat holes, but rat hole miners are active in Africa, South America, elsewhere in Asia, and even Australia. Minerals such as coltan, columbite, tantalum, which is used in the manufacture of our mobile phones, are mined illegally through rat holes in various African countries. Rat hole mined minerals are imported by global business majors. In India too, rat hole mining is most common in areas where minerals are found at a shallow depth. Across the northeast, rat hole mining of coal deposits is a huge problem. Locals dig a hole in the ground for a single person to go inside by crawling or walking bent over if the hole is at an incline. For holes dug straight down, the drop down is via a slither down a rope just as one would go down a well. Cross sections of these holes vary depending upon ground conditions from 1 meter by 1 meter to a maximum of 3 meters width and 2 meters height. This is enough for an individual to crawl or walk. Sporting the roof to prevent a fall or ventilation facilities are out of question. These are cost intensive operations and require mechanization. Illegal miners do not provide either. Rat hole miners use torches for lighting the small mining burrows tunnels. Several mini tunnel like structures are created inside the mineral bearing area. Once the core group reaches the deposit, the mineral is mostly picked by hand, though at times even modern mining tools are known to have been in use. Another group helps carry the mineral from the ore body to the surface. A third group works on the surface to transport the mined out material on cycles, bullock carts, or makeshift motorized vehicles. Despite the ban, rat hole mining continues in India. Several fatal accidents occur with roofs suddenly caving in. Many die after breathing in gas emissions from mines. The terrible irony is that those engaged in such mining practices hardly make any money. They are poor workers engaged by touts and big mineral traders for small wages. The main profit is siphoned off by touts and traders. No rat hole miner loudly advertises his skill set these days since rat hole mining is illegal. These miners learn the skills in groups. The mentors are typically elders who have done the same job. There is certainly no standard operating procedure, just hands-on training passed on from survivors to newcomers. Whatever works, anything that helps them mine out the minerals quietly becomes their way of operation. Illegal mining through rat holes is a terrible practice. Rat hole miners who work in unsafe conditions often suffer from long term health problems. Just the dust near an ore deposit is a huge health hazard. Consider these two. Illegal mining deprives government of mineral royalties and it is environmentally disastrous. Land subsidence, groundwater contamination, and destruction of vegetation are just a few of the many direct impacts. So, while we celebrate Silkyara's heroes, we must not celebrate rat hole mining. It is a blot on India's mining map. Stop.